the majority of the people watching this video right now probably understand to some extent about what I want to speak about. Because as humans, we don't spend enough time alone, and it can become really, really dangerous. And let me explain why. I've been in business. I've been running my business for about 2 years now. I've been in the game for about 2 years. I've had a crazy amount of ups. I've had a crazy amount of downs. And obviously, a lot of people watching this video are probably going to think this guy looks really young. He could be capping, whatever it may be. Obviously, I am young, to be completely honest with you, but I have experience, okay? And one of the biggest lessons that I've learned is in business, you truly need to have a period and a season of building alone. And this became really apparent to me when I realized I would see Instagram stories of, let's say, my friends, I guess, or people that I don't really speak to that much. I would see Instagram stories, I would see TikTok videos of things I just generally don't want to see. I would realize the smallest things possible would take mental energy away from me, right? Whether that's me thinking about this person doing something and me being like, oh, maybe I should have went out and I should have gone and done what they did and whatever it may be. All these little things mentally taxed my energy. And the reason I mention this is because every single person that speaks to you, every single thing you're surrounded by, everything you eat, everything you consume online, one way or another, whether you like it or not, one way or another will program you in some way or shape or form. And I realized every single thing that I consumed on a day-to-day basis, one way or another, had some sort of mental real estate that took place in my brain. As of recent times, I've been seeing a lot more success in the business that I've been building. I'm not going to go too much in depth what I specifically do because I have other videos where I do mention and I speak about what I do. But I feel like it's just crazy to think about how every single small thing that I've consumed, every single thing that I've heard from people, whether they're in the position that I want to be in or whether they're not in the position I want to be in, it has taken some sort of mental real estate in my brain, and you don't even realize how big of an impact it has until it truly comes into fruition. And I'll give you an example. This isn't even really related to business, but I consume the type of content where people are going on runs. Like I see a lot of people, in the health and fitness kind of thing. And I see people eating really healthy and all that kind of stuff. That really genuinely did impact me in a good way because once I consumed that on a day-to-day basis, my brain registered that as a part of me and pretty much like how I identify myself as somebody who's healthy, somebody who goes and runs and all that kind of stuff. Even I actually have Vita, I don't know how you say it, Vita Coco. I saw this online a lot, and a lot of people saying it's healthy, coconut water is good for you, which it obviously is. And I literally have the bottle in front of me right now, which I wouldn't have had in front of me right now if I didn't consume that type of content. But back on what I was saying, obviously it can be a good thing and it could be a bad thing, but you have to really understand the downsides of this so you can actually cut the things that you don't want to take mental real estate energy away from you, because it's going to affect you in your business. 100% it's going to affect you in your business. And the worst thing is that a lot of the times you don't even realize it. When you see your friends posting up stories of them going out and you see things that you might have wanted to do, but you decided to stay in and you decided to work a bit longer. I'm not even trying to sound corny, but you understand the general scenario. A lot of the time that's going to stay subconsciously in your brain, and it's just going to tax mental energy away from you. And when you don't have full complete energy towards the thing that you're doing 100%, I promise you right now, you're not working to the best of your ability that you could be working at. And you're obviously not getting the results that you could be getting because you could be working at a completely different pace you're working at, or maybe you're just a little bit more focused instead of having all these outside factors playing around in your brain, So my piece of advice is unfollow or remove or just abolish every single thing online, because we are on social media 24/7, we're online, we see these things. Remove every single bit of distraction that you see that you don't want to take any sort of mental energy away from you, whether that's somebody that posts some stories or someone that posts some sort of videos or whatever it may be that you generally don't want to see. You don't want it to affect the way you think. Completely remove it, and you shouldn't feel bad because you need to be 100% selfish towards yourself. At the end of the day, you don't win by playing nice. Like, obviously, as gay as it sounds, like, you don't win by playing nice. You don't win by trying to build people while you're trying to do it as well, while you're still in the building phase and all this other kind of stuff. Like, realistically, that's just not how it works. You need to be so selfish towards your goals and understand that this is the life that I want to live, or whatever the life that you want to live, I'm not going to get there by trying to help other people. You're not going to get there by being a people's pleaser, pretty much. Like, if you're saying yes continuously to something you know you shouldn't do, or something that is going to take time away from you, you need to be so much more selfish towards yourself and spend so much more time alone. And the thing is, obviously, people might call you rude. People might say, oh, Mustafa's selfish. Mustafa doesn't like, helping other people, all this other kind of stuff. But I was always once that person that would always say yes. I would always try and make this person happy. But the deeper I got into the game, I realized that I'm not going to get anywhere by allowing other outside factors that does not coincide with what I want to do. If this does not directly help me in any way, shape, or form get to where I want to be, then I need to be able to say no. As simple as it is and as rude as it sounds, I need to be able to say no. And again, I feel like that's one of the biggest things that people struggle with. They don't understand it, and they don't know how to say no. As simple as it sounds, they don't know how to say, I'm fine. Like, you can come back to the video within a year's time, 2 years' time, or maybe you're watching this and I've already progressed a lot. I'm already at the position I am, right? You can come back to this video and I can say that being alone and being more selfish to everybody else and just allowing myself to be the priority of my own is the thing that's going to get me to become a liquid millionaire within the next 2 years. I promise you that's a fact, and I truly believe that with my whole heart, because I'm so selfish towards what I want to do, and I'm willing to spend the time alone. I'm willing to miss out on things that most people are so scared to miss out on. And I promise you right now, anything that is mentally taxing, I will cut it off. And you guys have to be willing to do the exact same thing. Anything that does not coincide with what you want to do, you need to be able to completely cut it off and spend more time alone, be more in your thoughts, and understand, what do you truly selfishly want? Not what does your parents want, what does your friends want, what does your cousin want, what does your girlfriend want, boyfriend want? What do you truly selfishly want? And only then, when you spend time alone, truly with you and your brain only, no outside factors, no reels, no Instagram stories, no TikToks, what do you truly want? That's true fulfillment, and you'll understand, this is what I want very, very selfishly, and I will get to the point where I want to be by doing pretty much anything that I take. And again, this is something that's kind of recent that I've had to really realize, and it was not an easy realization, because you don't even realize you are being mentally taxed, because it's so normal. It's so normal for you to check your phone, somebody's texting you, you're hopping the game, you're can you take the trash out for me, whatever, like, I don't know what it is, but whatever it may be, you understand the scenario. I'd be so willing, because I'm thinking, it's only 2 minutes, it's only 5 minutes, it's only 10 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever it may be. But that all adds up. And I'm obviously not saying don't take the trash out, help your mom, all that kind of stuff. Obviously help your parents, all that kind of stuff. I'm not trying to sound like some idiot saying, obviously, don't help out these small things with your parents and all that kind of stuff. But generally speaking, you just need to be completely more selfish towards everybody else, and understand that this isn't for anybody else. You want to build a family, and you want to be able to provide for your kids in the future. There's so much factors that go into it. And I promise you right now, you won't get there by pleasing everybody, by saying yes, by being surrounded by your friends 24/7, by going out every single day, by, hopping on the game with bro for 15 minutes. That's not going to happen. That's just not how it works. And if you aren't willing to accept the fact that you might lose a few relationships, you might be on worse terms with a few people, and you're going to have to spend sleepless nights, you're going to have to, spend all your time completely for yourself, nobody else, and being completely selfish, and you're not willing to do that, then maybe it just isn't for you. Maybe you should just continue to live your regular life, hang out with your friends, and do all these other things. Maybe you should just continue to do that, because in my personal experience, I've realized I need to spend so much more time alone, because that's what's truly bringing me fulfillment. Working on the things day to day, on the things that I truly want to do, getting me to the point where I want to be at, and I'm living in a lifestyle that I want to live. That's true fulfillment. And I personally don't care if I have to cut off any distraction. I have to remove any mentally taxing or anything that takes away my energy. I'm willing to do that. And that should be the exact same thing for you. If you want to get to the point where you're living the lifestyle that you want to live, you're helping the people that you want to help. I don't know what your guys' goal are, but I'm assuming, you want to live a really nice lifestyle. You want to be able to travel. You want to be able to do all these things. And you obviously won't get that by saying yes to everybody. So I'm going to end it here. This was a bit of a different video. I was kind of just yapping a little bit. Also, I made a Telegram. So if you want to join a Telegram, where it's pretty much like this video, I'm just yapping about business, about mindset. I send like short voice notes where I'm just kind of tweaking all this kind of stuff. DM me on Instagram. DM me Telly, and I will send you the link to join. And obviously it's completely free, so just DM me on Insta. I'll leave the link for my Insta below. DM me on Insta for it. Make sure to follow me there as well, and peace out.